Morning everyone, welcome to Seeds and Weeds. My name is Brenda and I'm just going to give you a quick update. I made a temporary greenhouse, so I just want to give you a bit of an update of how that's doing, and then also just a quick update on the garden and how things have been growing. So the temporary greenhouse is not working as well as I'd hoped. I mean, it is sort of getting the job done, but I've definitely found that if you're going to do it, you need to get proper joints that you stick the pipes into. Cable ties move. You're going to see here how that one has moved this way. So that one is bowing out the wrong way. I actually put one across the top and that one has moved down, even though the cable ties keep breaking. I've actually, on the end here, put in a T-post. You can't really see it through the plastic here, but there's a T-post there that I put in because this end one actually kept leaning inwards, and you can actually see the plastic is actually bowing there. So fortunately this is a temporary structure. It is not something I would recommend if you want to do something a little more permanent. You see this one, how it's bowing. This one is actually broken off. With it being cold, they actually snap off. So I've had a couple that have snapped off. So not ideal, but as I say, it was a quick fix. And as I say, temporary, with a definite temporary. You can see this one here has moved down. That was cable tied up there, and as I say, it's moved down. So definitely not a long-term solution, unless you can get something that's, as I say, if you actually get physical joints, T-joints or cross joints to put in at the various spots that you physically glue in, then that'll potentially work. Quite a lot of condensation, so it gets nice and warm in there, so that's good. But as I say, we pretty much halfway through winter now, so just got to keep at it and get through the winter, and then, as I say, we'll have a look this next season at a greenhouse. So I've also, something that I started is my raised garden bed. So I've put the plastic down. So the pallets is pretty much, I want to put small small building stone on the black plastic, and then the pallets I'll turn over, and then I've actually got sections that fit quite nicely on those. This tire and the one right on that end, I'm going to take away and just have the 4 here, which I'm going to put herbs in, like mint, the stuff that gets a little unruly and goes all over the show. So I want to put those in the tires, as I say, and then these will obviously move in a little bit. It's just so that the wind doesn't flap the plastic. But as I say, so this is my raised garden bed section that I'm going to do, and that I've started. So we'll be getting on with that. Then if we move across this side to the garden, I've just opened everything, the frost covers, etc., so that I could water. The garlic is looking great, as I say. That's looking very nice. The carrots have come up not as well as I'd hoped, but at least there are carrots, and the ones that are up are looking pretty good. So the coloured carrots in the middle have probably had the worst germination of them. So those are the Kuroda. No, the Chantenay Karoo, sorry. So that's the Chantenay Karoo. Sorry, you can't really see very well. And then these are the Kuroda. Then over here we've got our Swiss chard. So that's coming along nicely. There's a lot of shade this morning, but I thought I'd get into the garden. We've had a lot of wind the last couple of days, and I just thought I'd get into the garden before the wind gets up. All my peas, so obviously with the colder weather growing a lot slower, but they're at least all up and almost ready. They're not quite, this one's getting there, almost ready to attach to the frame. So here's my pak choy, that's looking really nice. Some of them have actually started flowering, which is probably not correct, but as I say, so they're looking very nice. I mean, obviously not as big as they could be because of the cold. And then the baby spinach, got a couple, lost a couple there, but they're still generally looking pretty good. Then on this side, my cauliflower is not looking great at all. I've pretty much, there's one poor little plant here who's looking very sad. Otherwise, I've literally only got those two plants. And I've got broccoli planted. Then, so that's the broccoli here. So I've also one or two been eaten. Lost one here. And here, this is broccoli rape or rapini. So that's actually looking quite good. I've lost a few on this side. Funny that in the middle of the bed I had things that were eaten. So, but otherwise the rapini is looking pretty good. And then my cabbages. There's also a couple of cabbages that I've lost, but as I say, they're looking alright here. I'm getting those going. So I've got a couple of spinach plants that I'm going to fill in here. So I just want to finish putting the hoops up so that I can cover it, because the birds are ravaging my garden with there being less to eat. You'll see my kale I've actually physically closed with shade netting now because it just can't keep up. They're stripping the leaves before anything goes. So this I also just closed my kohlrabi, and then as I say, my beets that are coming up. Also, once again, very slow growing because it's so much colder, but they have sprouted and they're getting there, so that's great. I'm actually going to do, now that they're up, the third line that hasn't been done yet. I'm going to put a third line in there, and the same with the kohlrabi. I want to put a third line in there. This broccoli is pretty much over. It's actually producing a little bit. We've actually got a little bit of broccoli on there, so I'll actually come and pick that later. So, but again, growing very slowly because of the cold weather. As I say here, I'm just going to open this so that you can see, but as I say, my kale, look how sad that is looking. As I say, it just doesn't get a chance. All of them are like that. So I'm hoping that by closing this now, that's going to help. And then these multiplying onions are growing quite well. I've actually already started multiplying up. So we planted one bulb, and here we've already got 5. So it's a very rewarding onion to plant. And then, yeah, my other onions, I honestly can't really say that I'm seeing much going on in this bed. So I'm going to pull the grass back and just see if there's actually anything coming up, because I'm not seeing. Well, there's a couple here, a couple of onions here, but other than that, there's not much in this bed that's come up in terms of onions. So I need to do a bit of troubleshooting there and replant soon, if need be, so that I don't miss out, because I've got the 3 different varieties here. I've got the Australian brown, Creole, and Texas grano on that side. So I'll have a look at those and just see what's happening there. Okay, and over here I've got the Brussels sprouts, which are looking pretty great and can be harvested. So yeah, garden's growing very, very slowly, but it's growing, so that's what's important. I'm going to leave these hoops open now during the day so that they can get some decent sun, and then I'll pull the covers back over again tonight so that they don't, just for the frost a bit, but mainly obviously for the birds. So I'll just keep tabs on that for now. So I just wanted to give you that quick update. As I say, it's been very windy, and wanted to get out here nice and early before the wind really starts, because then you don't really hear very nicely on the audio. But thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.